Probation is a judicial measure that allows offenders to remain in the community under supervision instead of serving time in prison. Unlike parole, that occurs after the offender has served a portion of their prison sentence, probation occurs as part of a court sentencing process and is usually granted as an alternative to incarceration. In St. Lucia, this approach aims to rehabilitate individuals, reduce recidivism, and promote public safety. Community service can be part of the conditions of probation or parole.
In the past, the practice of community service had a more punitive approach, where offenders were primarily by the road cutting grass. However, times has changed, and the Department of Probation and Parole has taken a more rehabilitative approach and tries as much as possible to assign offenders based on their skill level.
In all cases of community service, there is a default provision for not completing community service hours, which can result in the offender being brought back before the judge in the case of the High Court or magistrate in the case of the lower court. A prison sentence may be imposed for non-compliance with the order of the court. However, this happens as a last resort, as the nation generally has an over 90% compliance rate to community service orders.
Sometimes clients benefit from their community service in other ways. For example, at the schools, the teachers or even the principals may build a bond with the offenders and offer them advice while they're at the school during their hours. And this makes the experience partly therapeutic. Other times, offenders have secured employment with the very institutions that they volunteered at. This is due to the work ethic they displayed during their volunteer hours, which led to them being noticed and subsequently employed.
Probation officers' role with respect to community service are to assign offenders to the various locations, monitor their progress, provide status updates to the respective courts, and check on assigned offenders regularly at the various locations. When offenders have completed their hours, which in some instances have ranged from 100 to 500 hours, the respective courts are notified by the probation officers. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montour reporting.